Good evening, everyone. I'm back with some more ideas, probably, and I look at them as ideas because I don't know what else to call them. Um of late, I have been getting a lot of mails regarding finances, and people have been wanting to know about finances and how to improve on their finances and everything. I have personally done a lot of in depth study when it comes to finances, and I have seen how things can change the way you look at it. So, today's episode is just about finances through small rituals, through house cleansing, through changing the frequency. So, if you look at it, everything in this world is energy, and so is money. I'm sure nowadays you've heard this everywhere and anywhere that people talk about energy, people talk about energy work, people talk about being occultists, and people talk about everybody has their own knowledge, their own ideas about things. So, information in today's world, information is everywhere. But I would just like to tell you one thing, that you need to follow your heart when it comes to information. What is the information you're actually accepting, and what is the information you are actually repelling? The more information you see, the more you are getting confused. So that means you're unable to stick to one thing for a very long time. One thing that we are all dealing with today is attention span, and our attention span has remarkably gone down. When we talk about finances, the first thing I would like to ask all of you to look at one thing in your life, which is the things, make a list of things that you're looking at. The gap between where you are and the financial goals that you have, the financial requirement that you have, the gap is the frequency that you're missing right now. So you need to get that frequency into your life in order to get the money into your life. So there are a lot of people who are complaining all the time. Is, for example, if somebody is trying to look at the sunset from their window, they don't look at the sunset, they look at the specks on the glass. This is from somebody who I admire, and he used this example that when we look at things, some people just look at the take out the problems from every situation. They don't focus on the things that you have. So when we're talking about money, specifically when we're talking about money, we talk about Lakshmi, we talk about auspiciousness. We are trying to get these into our life, and the moment we are trying to get these into our life, that means this is a certain frequency. If you match that frequency, then only you will be able to get that thing that you want. So that means we need to reach in that frequency. And if you're talking about Lakshmi, one thing you need to, how do we visualize Lakshmi? How do we look at her? So Lakshmi, generally, if you look at Lakshmi, she has got that kalash that she's holding, or she's sitting on a pile of on a lot of gold or silver or coins or whatever you may call it, and she is holding the kalash, and the kalash is overflowing. So if you are trying to get Lakshmi inside you, or if you are trying to get Lakshmi which is even close to you, that means you need to generate that flow as well that you have. That means you will have to stop complaining about the bills that you have to pay, the things that you have to do, and the things that are not working, and the things that are not doing well. So that means all these things you need to move aside. Another easy way of getting your frequency back, basically, we are trying to get ourselves aligning to the frequency of money. So there are a lot of earth related ingredients or earth related objects that are there which can actually help you magnetize the strength that you have within yourself to attract that money. You can use certain smokes, you can use certain blends, you can use certain fragrances, you can use certain symbols to attract money. You can use certain motifs, you can use certain pictures, you can use anything that gives you that abundance that you can use in your house to attract money. One thing that I really like is, which really resonate with abundance, I look at elephants. I look at elephants as a symbol of authority. I look at elephants as a symbol of luxury and royalty. So you can have elephants closer to your door, which is like facing inward. So you are welcoming that energy inside your house. Don't keep shoes near your doorsteps, like a pile of shoes, a pile of things. A lot of people have those piles near their main entrance. So try avoiding that, especially when you're going through these disturbing phases. There are a lot of other symbols like swastik and all that which you can have on the door. There are a lot of things that you can do. I like the kolam, like South Indians do on the floor. So I have a kolam in front of my door, which I have done with acrylic paint. You don't need that the rice powder and the powders, so it gets messy. So I have used acrylic paint to do the kolam outside my door. And because these are very auspicious things, these are like symbols which are basically neat and clean. It shows that you are welcoming somebody, you are trying to attract somebody. Try to declutter. If you have a lot of things from the past, if you have a lot of things from for years that you've been carrying and you're not using, I think it's best that you get rid of them. You're not using, you're not letting somebody use, it's just piling up in some corner, and it is carrying stagnant energy. And stagnant energy basically can ruin your energy when it comes to the energy of the house. Because nowadays we are dealing with a lot of negativity, we are dealing with a lot of psychic attacks, we deal with a lot of evil eye. To top it all, if we have a lot of clutter in our house, that means it's actually creating a lot of negative space, the void in there. I have a lot of artifacts in the house, there are a lot of things in the house which is difficult to clean, but I'm not talking about that cleaning, because that object already has some good resonance, that object already has some positivity to it. So a little bit of dust here and there is fine, but what I'm talking about is things that are not required, as in like cartons, boxes, plastics, paper which has been used, and then all the extras, basically the extras which are not required, but you're holding it to your heart as if you don't want to get rid of it. So let go. This idea of letting go, this idea of circulating the money, this idea of giving, that means if you're giving, that means everything has a cycle. So this cycle is also going to come back to you, and give happily. The point is, be happy when you're paying your bills, be happy when you're doing things for yourself, be happy when you're investing for your learning, be happy in your investments, because those investments are the one which is making you grow. Another thing which I really find important is try waking up before the sun. So whichever part of the world you are in, I'm not saying that you have to wake up in the Brahma Muhurta and all that. I understand that all of us have very weird lifestyles nowadays. So probably try to make a cutoff figure which is like 7 in the morning. Try to get up before 7 o'clock, if not earlier, and try to go to bed by 11 o'clock at the most, if not 10. So these are the things that you need to do, and to begin with, these are just beginners things I'm talking about. Don't keep coins with your notes, another important thing that I wanted to say. Keep coins in a jar. The moment that jar gets full, please exchange them with notes. Don't keep too many coins in your house. Don't keep too much of change in your house. Don't keep your 10 rupees with your 20s. Don't keep your 20s with your 50s, and don't keep your 50s with your 500s. So let the energy be separate. Let them all have separate energies. I used to leave money on the crossroads earlier. I used to do that earlier, but right now I give a 20 rupee to every transgender that I see. It's just a habit, and I think that it helps me with the practice that I do of Kuber, and it helps me with the practice that I do of the Yakshinis, because the transgenders are all under Kuber. So I think they're under the guidance and blessing of Kuber. So I think this is one thing that you need to respect. Yes, I understand you might think a lot whether, okay, they are original transgenders or they are not transgenders. Don't think like that. When you're giving, don't think so much what that person is going to do, where you're giving it, what purpose you're giving it for. The moment you are giving it, let that be an action of giving, and let it come back. Let the universe, let the energies, let the higher spirits, let the spirits around you give it back to you in a different way, and you'll get back in the most unexpected way. And last but not the least, when I just wanted to talk about anyone who's following me on Instagram, and you know that I put up a lot of sadhanas and the exclusive content and all that. So the subscribers, especially this is for the subscribers that I'm saying, whenever you're starting a sadhana, don't expect that miracles are going to happen from that day long, and then don't keep thinking that when is things going to happen, when is it going to happen, when is it going to happen, and then suddenly something goes wrong. I would just like to say that this is the way it is. You're tested every now and then. You're tested for what are the things that you can do. You're tested for your capabilities. The moment you start doing a sadhana, you'll always see something comes up to block it. You just sit down, probably the bell rings. It's as simple as that. I'm not talking about such small blockages, but I'm talking about generally you will go through blockages in your life when you start your spiritual journey. And that is the sign that you're going right. And that is the sign that you should not stop. Because when you decide to do the sadhana, and when a blockage comes in and when you stop, that is not faith. And because these are like these superpowers like Kali or the Mahavidyas and the Yoginis, the Yakshinis, they couldn't care less about what's happening to you. They are just waiting for you to remove all your blockages, and they're waiting for you to do a sprint or a hurdle. So you take it as a race, because they are actually checking you out, that how well she can cross her hurdles and how well she's prepared for the larger task which will be given to him or her in the future. So suppose you're looking for multiple crores, and suppose you're looking for a few hundred crores. Are you capable of handling that 100 crores? Are you capable of handling the business trouble which you're going to get with that? Are you capable of handling the trouble which you're going to get after you handle such a business? So those are the things. These are small things that you're going to come up with, the small blockages, and those small blockages are a sign that you're doing well and that you're on the right path. So please don't give up. Declutter your house, declutter your mind, focus on one thing at a time, do one thing at a time. Prepare your task, prepare your to-do list, prepare what are the things that are important in your life, what are the things which are not important in your life, what are the things that you want, and mainly what are the things that you don't want. So create this entire thing, follow through. The important thing is follow through. You need to follow through what you start, and you will be able to see the difference Maybe not in a week, maybe not in 2 weeks, but give it at least a few months. Give it like 6 months, give it 12 months, give it 36 months. See how you change, see how you change over a period of time, and that is what matters. Stick to it, see it through, and it is not for everyone. If it was for everyone, then the world would be a different place to be. Then everybody would have been successful. Everybody cannot be successful. It is not meant for everybody. So, if you want to be successful, go through the toughest part of your life with some finesse, with some in style, and maintain that aura. Go through with the difficulties and just say, it's just take it like a video game. I always take it like a video game, as if you set the challenges, you are fixing up the challenges, and the difficulty stage, whether you're beginner or advanced, or you know you check it out and do it yourself. I think it's a great thing. Of course, I'm going to come up with a lot of videos. There are so many posts which are there on Instagram anyway. Please take a look at it, read through. You'll understand a lot of energies. We speak about so many spirits, we speak about so many supreme beings, we speak about so many ancient gods, we talk about so much of power, and I'm sure you're going to like it. So the main thing is study. Please do your studies. Open up to these energies, and you see your life change. If my life has changed, yours can change too. Do send us your queries, send us a mail. We will respond, even if we are late. Stay happy, stay healthy, grow, and help others grow.